Back in the week 2 international management and marketing. My name is Salauddin. Today we are going to discuss international business environment. We are going to deep dive into international business environment, the external factors that firm must analyze and navigate to success in the abroad. Now, in the last week we have covered, that is a quick recap, that is we have introduced the model, explored the key concepts like globalization and the internationalization. You should have know the assess the core textbook and started the researching for your assignment and ready for the tutor's feedback. So here is the last week we have also covered is a definitive module introduction, scope of the international marketing, and you are going to instructed to have the research and to see what will be the best appropriate way to structuring of your assignments. Now let's discuss about the Hollandsen defines the global marketing again. That is, the global marketing is coordinated effort to find, to satisfy to the customer across the national boundaries and better than the competitors. This is the profitable international customer satisfaction. International opportunity, that why we go for international, the opportunities are significant, that is the create the new market and the revenues, that is the open to the revenues, new revenue stream, and global brand growth, staying ahead of the competitors and assessing the new technology and talents and replacing the declining sales in the home, and improving the overall efficiency is one of the important factors. It can be also can be defined that the source of the skilled worker is equally important. There are some international barriers where you as a company can face, that is the firm must aware there are some barriers to internationalize to overcome. Foreign government restriction like taxes and tariff is important factors. Then the high value of the domestic currency fluctuation when it is going to be relevant to the export market, that can be reduce the profitability. Then potential civil unrest and the revolution or possible war can impact the international barriers, and the firms may face a broader competition that may there could be some existing competitors, both local and foreign competitors can be a hindrance as a barriers. Then the complexity of understanding the operating successfully in the foreign markets, to understand the consumer behavior especially, it could be a barrier. And market responsiveness, that means that there is some understanding similarities and dissimilarities of the factors. That means crucially it involves transferring successfully knowledge and practices from one country to another. Sometimes it can be called like market responsiveness. And this market responsiveness is can be factors in economic of scale, which means the understanding the difference between the market, and crucially it involves the transferring successful knowledge and practices from one country to another, creating what we call economic of scope. The rules of the game, that means to be responsive a firm must understand a country's rules of the game at institutional framework. These are political, legal, economic system that shapes all the business activity, and it is directly influencing in the international business environment. Now let's discuss about the in broad concern of the political factors in the political sectors. That means that we can see the system type, the stability, the wider environment, including the international unions, trade agreements that can create a opportunity or barriers, such as some of the wider political environment, for example ASEAN and NAFTA, that is North American Free Trade Association. These are the association can be also influence in your trade. So The concern from the government policy that influence the business, that means we can analyze the specific government policies, physical policies, then the labor market regulation, and the country stand in the foreign direct investment, whether it is open or like a protectionist. These are the consideration you should make before going for internationalization. And the legal factor, that means that is consumer contractual law, that is the protection of the business contract, that is agreement and the property, and the market regulation and control. Like for example, if you're going for merger and acquisition, you need to understand that whether there's any impact for the customs duty or the taxes. Also, the consumer protection law is going to give you the navigation whether you are going for legal consequences. And the employment law, it provides you the general perspective of the what is the labor laws are exist over there, and accordingly you need to ensure the company rights and the employees protection. The intellectual property rights, which is protects your idea and your brand. So here is the economic factor. Economically, we assess the market size and the growth via GDP and structure, then purchasing power, inflation, employment. There is another key factor for the exchange rate, and which is directly impact in the cost of the trade and the profitability. Okay, socio-demographic factors beyond your hard numbers. We have socio-demographic, that is the population, age, education, religion, and culture can shape the values and norms that fundamentally influence the consumer behavior. The institutional and political, economic, that is legal, socio-cultural factors, in summary, that is the port like a pestle factors can give you the directly shape a firm key decision, which market to enter and how to manage and market where, and how to structure your local partnership. The international strategy is to navigate the environment, a clear international strategy that is starts with the firm's vision, then the assess the internal strength, defines why to internationalize, and selects the best location and entry modes. Here is the strategic decision, which product, that means the strategy answer need to answer four core questions: which product and how to compete and where to locate and how to organize. These are the pillars for your international plan. So these are the strategic decision and how to invest. A major decision is the entry mode, that means that how you will build a new operation greenfield by a existing company. Then it's coming to the acquisition, that means it is one of the important factors, that is how you are going to join to another, and merger, that is the two existing different cost and level of control going to be considered. In internationalization, that means is it a high cost, potentially high risk? It could be a major decision, that means your major investment, it must be provide beyond just sales, such as the building a stronger global brand, then is creating a environmental networks, that means your international networks, and enabling the knowledge transfer. And it cannot be ad hoc decision. So in internationalization is high cost, potential high growth. It must like shows the generate the competitive advantage. That means you need to have a competitive advantage, which means that there are several competitors in the market. It is your assessment the how your company can generate the global brand value and create the international networks and the international knowledge transfer, and of course it must be strategically informed and the based decision. This is the internationalization process. Hollensen 5 stages of model provides you a structured approach. It begins with the fundamental decision whether to internationalize based on the firm's opportunities and management commitment and internal fitness to the go to the global. And this is the end of the discussion today. And if you have any question, please let me know. We will discuss in the class one-to-one basis. Thank you.